Good morning, friends. Welcome to our weekly read and discuss session. Today, we are reading an article, The Science Behind Gratitude and How It Can Change Your Life, by Derek Carpenter, MAPP. The benefit of practicing gratitude are nearly endless. People who regularly practice gratitude by taking time to notice and reflect upon the things they are thankful for experience more positive emotions, feel more alive, sleep better, express more compassion and kindness, and even have stronger immune systems. Gratitude doesn't need to be reserved only for momentous occasion. Sure, you might express gratitude after receiving a promotion at work, but you can also be thankful for something as simple as delicious piece of pie. Research by UC Davis psychologist Robert Emmons, author of Thanks: How the New Science of Gratitude Can Make You Happier, shows that simply keeping a gratitude journal, regularly writing brief reflection on moments for which we are thankful, and can significantly increase well being and life satisfaction. You would think that just one of these findings is compelling enough to motivate and integrate into action. But if you are anything like me, this motivation lasts about 3 days until writing in my gratitude journal every evening loses out to watching stand up comedies on Netflix. Here are a few keys I have discovered and research supports that help can only to help not only to start a gratitude practice but to maintain it from the long haul. Freshen up your thanks. The best way to reap the benefits of gratitude is to notice new things you are grateful for every day. Gratitude journaling works because it slowly changes the way we perceive situation by adjusting what we focus on. While you might always be thankful for your great family, just writing I'm grateful to my family week after week doesn't keep your brain on alert for fresh grateful moments. Be specific by writing, today my husband gave me a shoulder rub when he knew I was really stressed. Or my sister invited me over for dinner so I didn't have to cook after a long day. And be sure to stretch yourself beyond the great stuff right in front of you. Opening your eyes to more of the world around you can deeply enhance your gratitude practice. Make a game out of noticing new things each day. Get real about your gratitude practice. Being excited about the benefits of gratitude can be a great thing because it gives us the kick we need to start making changes. But if our excitement about sleeping better because of our newfound gratitude keeps us from anticipating how tired we will be tomorrow night when we attempt to journal, we likely be fumble and lose momentum. When we want to achieve a goal using the technique of mental contrasting, being optimistic about the benefits of new habit while also being realistic about how difficult building that habit may be, leads us to exert more effort. Recognize and plan for obstacles that may get in the way. For instance, if you tend to be exhausted at night, uh, accept that it might not be the best time to focus for a few extra minutes and schedule your gratitude in the morning instead. Uh, Make thankful fun by mixing it up. University of Rochester partners in crime Edward Dacey and Richard Ryan study intrinsic motivation, which is the deep desire from within to persist on a task. One of the biggest determinants is autonomy, the ability to do things the way we want. So don't limit yourself. If journaling is feeling stale, try out new and creative ways to track your gratitude.
I don't know why.
Offers an endless variety of gratitude activities to choose from. My fiance Michelle decided to create a gratitude jar this year. Anytime she and experience a poignant moment of gratitude, she writes it on a piece of paper and puts it in a jar. On New Year's Eve, she'll empty the jar and review everything she wrote. When a good thing happens, she now exclaims, "That's one of my gratitude jar." It immediately makes the moment more meaningful and keeps us on the lookout for more.
Mm.
I'll stop here. Oh, that's the last. Para.
Why
Uh,
don't what do you want to finish it and then maybe Wendy can read the next article? How's that?
yeah, makes sense. I'll read it. Be social about your gratitude practice. Our relationship with others are the greatest determinant of our happiness. So it makes sense to think of the other people as we build our gratitude. Robert Emmons suggests that focusing on gratitude of people from whom we are thankful rather than circumstances or material items will enhance the benefit of we experience. And while you are at it, why not include others indirectly into expression of gratitude? One happy activity involves writing a gratitude letter to someone who had an impact on you, whom you never properly thanked. You could also share the day's grateful moment around the dinner table. The conversation that follow may give you even more reason to give thanks. Incorporating gratitude into your life is easy and fun with happify activities and games. I'll stop here.
Okay. Wendy, do you want to start reading the next one, number 3, and I'll join you when you're done.
Okay. You know what? It's looking at this 31 benefits of gratitude too. That sounds like a good one.
Okay, you want to do that one?
All right. Hold on.
Is that okay, Atu?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine.
Hold on. All right. You ready?
Yep.
The 31 benefits of gratitude you didn't know about. How gratitude can change your life. Do you want more from your life? More happiness, better health, deeper relationships, increased productivity? What if I told you that just one thing can help you in all of those areas? An attitude of gratitude. What the heck? Gratitude? Is this a Christian blog? No, I'm not even religious. When I first started looking into gratitude, I wasn't expecting much. I was wrong. And it has a graph of the different ways that gratitude benefits us: emotional, social, personality, career, health. Seriously? All that? Yes. This list of benefits was compiled by aggregating the results of more than 40 research studies on gratitude. 1. Gratitude makes us happier. A 5-minute a day gratitude journal can increase your long term well being by more than 10%. That's the same impact as doubling your income. How can a free 5-minute activity compare? Gratitude improves our health, relationships, emotions, personality, and career. Sure, having more money can be pretty awesome, but because of the hedonic adaptation, we quickly get used to it and stop having as much fun and happiness as we did at first. How can 5 minutes a day have such a large impact? Hedonic what? Why does it take several months? 2. Gratitude makes people like us. Gratitude generates social capital. In 2 studies with 243 total participants, those who were 10% more grateful than average had 17.5% more social capital. Gratitude makes us nicer, more trusting, more social, and more appreciative. As a result, it helps us make more friends, deepen our existing relationships, and improve our marriage.
Mhm.
3. Gratitude makes us healthier. And it has a table of
Mhm.
benefits of keeping a gratitude journal and physical and emotional. There is even reason to believe gratitude can extend your lifespan by a few months or even years. 4. Gratitude boosts our career. Gratitude makes you a more effective manager, helps you network, increases your decision-making capabilities, increases your productivity, and helps you get mentors and proteges. As a result, gratitude helps you achieve your career goals, as well as making your workplace a more friendly and enjoyable place to be. Do you think this is effective? And it has a video you can watch on YouTube. I'm not suggesting that criticism and self-focus don't have a place in the workplace, but I think we're overdoing it. 65% of Americans didn't receive recognition in the workplace last year. 5. Gratitude strengthens our emotions. Gratitude reduces feelings of envy, makes our memories happier, lets us experience good feelings, and helps us bounce back from stress. 6. Gratitude develops our personality. It really does, and in potentially life-changing ways. Excuse me. This all the different ways. Become more optimistic. We rely less on material things. We're more spiritual. We're not so self-centered, and you have better self-esteem. If you're a man, don't worry. Gratitude won't transform you into a woman. Not convinced? Want to know the details or explore the science that backs up these claims? And then they have different categories you can go to if you want. Personality. 7. Gratitude makes us more optimistic. Gratitude is strongly correlated with optimism. Optimism, in turn, makes us happier, improves our health, and has been shown to increase lifespan by as much as a few years. I'd say a 5-minute a day gratitude journal would be worth it just for this benefit. 8. Gratitude reduces materialism. Materialism is strongly correlated with reduced well-being and increased rates of mental disorder. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. The problem with materialism is that it makes people feel less competent, reduces feelings of relatedness and gratitude, reduces their ability to appreciate and enjoy the good in life, generates negative emotions, and makes them more self-centered. Gratitude has caused me to focus less on things that don't matter, like making money, and more on the things that do, like my family and this blog. I think that's a good thing. 9. Gratitude increases spiritualism. Spiritual transcendence is highly correlated with feelings of gratitude. That is, the more spiritual you are, the more likely you are to be grateful. This is for 2 reasons. All major religions espouse gratitude as a virtue. 2. Spirituality spontaneously gives rise to grateful behavior. I believe the opposite to also be true, that gratitude spontaneously gives rise to spiritual attribution, helping one feel closer to God or other religious entities. I am irreligious, and I've found gratitude practices to make my spiritual position difficult. Those moments when I feel intense gratitude make me want to believe in a benevolent God. My solution has been to redirect my feelings towards Lady Luck. 10. Gratitude makes us less self-centered. To be totally honest, I'm a self-centered twat. I'm a lot better now that I've brought gratitude into my life, but I still spend way too much time thinking about myself and too little thinking about others. I expect this to change because of my compassion and gratitude practices. I am starting to have spontaneous urges to help others. This is because the very nature of gratitude is to focus on others, on their acts of benevolence. In this regard, gratitude practice can be better than self-esteem therapy. Self-esteem therapy focuses the individual back on themselves. I'm smart, I look good, I can succeed, etc. That can work, but it can also make us narcissistic or even backfire and lower self-esteem. 11. Gratitude increases self-esteem. Imagine a world where no one helps you. Despite your asking and pleading, no one helps you. Now imagine a world where many people help you all the time for no other reason than that they like you. In which world do you think you would have more self-esteem? Gratitude helps to create a world like that. Health. Number 12. Gratitude improves your sleep. Gratitude increases sleep quality, reduces the time required to fall asleep, and increases sleep duration. Said differently, gratitude can help with insomnia. The key is what's on our minds as we're trying to fall asleep. If it's worries about the kids or anxiety about work, the level of stress in our body will increase, reducing sleep quality, keeping us awake, and cutting our sleep short. If it's thinking about a few things we have to be grateful for today, it will induce the relaxation response, knock us out, and keep us that way. Yes, gratitude is a safe and free sleep aid. 13. Gratitude keeps you away from the doctor. Gratitude can't keep your cancer, neither can positive thinking, but can strengthen your physiological functioning. Positive emotion improves health. The details are complicated, but the overall picture is not. If you want to improve your health, improve your mind. This confidence comes from 137 research studies. Gratitude is a positive emotion. It's no far stretch that some of the benefits, better coping and management of terminal conditions like cancer and HIV, faster recovery from certain medical procedures, positive changes in immune system functioning, more positive health behavior, etc., apply to gratitude as well. In fact, some recent science shows just that. Those who engage engage in gratitude practices have been shown to feel less pain, go to the doctor less often, have lower blood pressure, and be less likely to develop a mental disorder. 14. Gratitude lets you live longer. I will be honest with you. Combining the results of a few different studies, I'm confident that gratitude can extend lifespan, but no single study as yet has actually proven this claim. Here is what we know. Optimism and positive emotion in general have been used to successfully predict mortality decades later. The optimistic lived a few years longer than the pessimistic. A few years may not sound like much, but I know when I'm about to die, I'd like to have a few more years. We also know that gratitude is strongly correlated with a positive emotion. So gratitude leads to positive emotion, leads to an extra few months or years on Earth. With positive psychology research on the rise, I believe we can expect this claim to be rigorously tested within the next 5 to 10 years. 15. Gratitude increases your energy levels. Gratitude and vitality are strongly correlated. The grateful are much more likely to report physical and mental vigor. Gratitude makes you more likely to 16. Gratitude makes you more likely to exercise. In one 11-week study of 96 Americans, those who were instructed to keep a weekly gratitude journal exercised 40 minutes more per week than the control group. No other study has yet to replicate these results. It could be because other gratitude studies testing this effect have been much shorter, in the range of 1 to 3 weeks, or it could be because this result was a fluke. Once again, time will tell. But it would not surprise me if being grateful for one's health would increase one's tendency to want to protect it by exercising more. Emotional. 17. Gratitude helps us bounce back. Those that have more gratitude have a more proactive coping style, are more likely to have and seek out social support in times of need, are less likely to develop PTSD, and are more likely to grow in times of stress. In other words, they are more resilient. 18. Gratitude makes us feel good. Surprise, surprise, gratitude actually feels good. Yet only 20% of Americans rate gratitude as a positive and constructive emotion, compared to 50% of Europeans. According to gratitude researcher Robert Emmons, gratitude is just happiness that we recognize after the fact to have been caused by the kindness of others. Gratitude doesn't just make us happier, it is happiness in and of itself. That's no surprise. We idealize the illusion of self-sufficiency. Gratitude, that's for the weak. No, it's not. Gratitude feels good, and if the benefits on this page are any indication, gratitude will make you stronger, healthier, and more successful. Are you afraid to admit that luck, God, family members, friends, or strangers have and will continue to strongly influence your life? I once was. Not only was I less happy, I was also weaker. It takes strength to admit the truth of interdependency. 19. Gratitude makes our memories happier. Our memories are not set in stone, like data stored on a hard drive. There are dozens of ways our memories get changed over time. We remember things as being worse than they actually were, as being longer or shorter, people as being kinder or crueler, as being more or less interesting, and so on. Experiencing gratitude in the present makes us more likely to remember positive memories and actually transforms some of our neutral or even negative memories into positive ones. In one study, putting people into a grateful mood helped them find closure of upsetting open memories. During these experiences, participants were more likely to recall positive aspects of the memory than usual, and some of the negative and neutral aspects were transformed into positives. 20. Gratitude reduces feelings of envy. A small bit of jealousy or envy directed at the right target is motivating. Too much produces feelings of insecurity, materialism, inferiority, distrust, and unhappiness. 21. Gratitude helps us relax. Gratitude and positive emotion in general are among the strongest relaxants known to man. I was having trouble sleeping a few nights ago because I was too stressed and couldn't relax. I'll be honest, for the few minutes that I was able to hold feelings of gratitude, I almost fell asleep, but holding feelings of gratitude is hard, in this case too hard. I ended up getting out of bed. Gratitude may be just as or even more effective than relaxation methods such as deep breathing, but because it is also more difficult, it is unfeasible as an actual relaxation technique. Think of it like tea. 1 or 2 cups help you relax, 3 or 4 make you want to empty your bladder. But it could just be me. Perhaps you find practices of gratitude more natural and easy. Social. 22. Gratitude makes you friendlier. Multiple studies have shown that gratitude induces pro-social behavior. Keeping a gratitude journal is enough to make you more likely to help others with their problems and makes you more likely to offer them emotional support. 23. Gratitude helps your marriage. I've never been married, but from what I've heard, read, and seen, one way marriages start to suffer is that when the passion starts to fizzle, the partners become less appreciative and more naggy. Scientists have put numbers to our intuition and experience, creating an appreciation to naggy ratio. More formally called the Losada ratio, it divides the total number of positive expressions, support, encouragement, and appreciation made during a typical interaction by the number of negative expressions, disapproval, sarcasm, and cynicism. When the ratio is below 0.9, that is, there were 11 more negative expressions than positive expressions, marriages plummeted towards divorce or languishment. Those marriages that lasted and were found satisfying were those with a positivity ratio above 5.1, 5 positive expressions to each negative. Building regular practices of gratitude into your marriage is an easy but effective way of raising your positivity ratio. 24. Gratitude makes you look good. Ingratitude is universally regarded with contempt. Its opposite, gratitude, is considered a virtue in all major religions and most modern cultures. It may not be sexy to be grateful, but people will respect you for it. Gratitude is not the same thing as indebtedness, which we rightly avoid. Indebtedness is a negative emotion which carries an assumption of repayment. Gratitude is not the same thing as weakness. Weakness is flattery or subservience. Gratitude is the acknowledgement of kindness with thanks. It takes big balls to acknowledge that we didn't get to where we are all on our own. That without others, we may never have made it. That's why, just maybe, gratitude may be sexy too. 25. Gratitude helps you make friends. When I was in college, I found it really easy to make new friends. If I hadn't moved out of New York City, it would still be easy. Living in a farm town makes it difficult. I found an effective way to start a conversation or move a relationship forward is an expression of gratitude. Thank you for that coffee. It was super delicious. Wink, wink. My mistake. That's actually what I used here on my barista. But you get the point. 26. Gratitude deepens friendships. I have one friend who always deeply thanks me for taking the time to write to see her. That makes me feel appreciated and that makes me feel good. Wouldn't it make you feel good too? Career. Number 27. Gratitude makes you a more effective manager. We're almost done. Effective management requires a toolbox of skills. Criticism comes all too easily to most, while the ability to feel gratitude and express praise is often lacking. Timely, sincere, specific behavior, focused praise is often a more powerful method of influencing change than criticism. Specifically, multiple studies have found expressions of gratitude to be more highly motivating, while expressions of criticism to be slightly demotivating, but providing more expectation clarification. Contrary to expectation, if praise is moderate and behavior focused, repeat expressions of gratitude will not lose their impact and employee performance will increase. Because of our culture, expressions of gratitude are often difficult to give. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude will help. I've seen firsthand the powerful difference between interacting with subordinates more with praise and interacting with some more with criticism. Those I've given more praise are more enthusiastic about working with me, express more creativity, and are so much more fun to work with. 28. Gratitude helps you network. Gratitude has been shown across a number of studies to increase social behavior. Longitudinal studies show that those with higher levels of gratitude actually develop more social capital than those with lower levels. 29. Gratitude increases your goal achievement. In one study, participants were asked to write down those goals which they wished to accomplish over the next 2 months. Those who were instructed to keep a gratitude journal reported more progress on achieving their goals at the end of the study. One result doesn't make science. What you should take away from this is that, at the least, gratitude will not make you lazy and passive. It might even do the opposite. 30. Gratitude improves your decision making. Decision making is really tiring. So tiring that we automate to our subconscious much of the reasoning that goes behind making a decision. Even for the most basic of decisions, like where to go eat, there are dozens of variables to consider. How much time and money do I want to spend? What cuisine would I like today? And am I willing to travel far? What should I get once I get there? And so on. If you deliberated on each of these decisions one at a time, your mind would be overwhelmed. The problem gets even worse for more complex decisions like making a diagnosis. In one study, doctors were given a list of ailments from a hypothetical patient and also given a misleading piece of information that the patient had been diagnosed at another hospital as having lupus. Half the doctors had gratitude invoked by giving them a token of appreciation. Those who did not receive a token of appreciation were more likely to stick with the incorrect diagnosis of lupus. Those who did receive the gratitude were energized to expend more energy and to pay their gratitude forward onto their patient. They also considered a wider range of treatment options. The above study shows that gratitude motivates improved decision making. Those who cultivate an attitude of gratitude find tokens of appreciation every day on their own. 31. Gratitude increases your productivity. Those who are insecure have difficulty focusing because many of their mental resources are tied up with their worries. On the other hand, those who are highly confident are able to be more productive because they can direct more of their focus towards their work. This operates at both a conscious and subconscious level. We may be getting mentally distracted by our worries, or more commonly, parts of our subconscious mind are expending energy to suppress negative information and concerns. As gratitude has been shown to increase self-esteem and reduce insecurity, this means that it can help us focus and improve our productivity. Gratitude is no cure-all, but it is a massively underutilized tool for improving life satisfaction and happiness. That's it.
Yeah. What do you want to do, Julie? Don't worry. We can discuss.
I think that's fine. We have read enough. It's about 9 more minutes, so maybe just discuss briefly and then move on to commitment. What do you think?
All right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Atu.
So, yeah, for me, like for the first one, I think it's more on uh, keeping the journal and practicing and making it more thankful. I tried this before, but not keeping the journal, but just I know before going to bed, just thank for things that happened. Somehow I don't. I'm not persistent enough for keeping it. Uh, and I think it's, yeah, as he says, like it takes like months to get it, uh, get benefit of it, or to actually notice it. So don't. I didn't think I continued for months. I did it for 1 2 weeks or something, and then I stopped. But I think once I now that there are so many benefits of gratitude, it definitely I think I should revive that strategy. Either sleeping or the jar one is also good. Um, so yeah, and then one thing I don't get is like the manager. It makes effective manager. I agree. Like if some employee does a good work and all, it will you appreciate. But if you keep appreciating people for like in terms of manager and uh, the reportee, uh, it might give a wrong impression that the manager is like praising you a lot more, and then it might be a like during appraisal and all, if expectations are not met, then it could be different case. For example, like the manager is praising, and then this person thinks that he's doing a great job, but but others might also be doing a better job than him, and so it's kind of he might expect something, and then he might not get that. So that's one of the things which I find it like maybe the effective manager part, it has to be somewhere controlled or giving right feedback, not just like what I mean. Yeah, having gratitude is definitely fine, but it might backfire as well. But anyway, so that's what I was thinking sometimes. So that's from my side. Do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. Um, Yeah, I also like the idea of the strategy,
Mm.
but I think that gratitude is really important. And for example, my family was very lots of chaos, because of the communist revolution. So I always felt like my parents could have done more. But
Mm.
somehow, over the years of practice, I really became to be grateful
Mm.
and appreciate all the things my parents did, right?
Mm.
I mean, they got us out into China. We got a great education. They were kind and generous and honest people. They were very creative in meeting the world, and they were successful. They retired with a good financial stability and considering how limited they were in terms of their level of education. It's really amazing. Um, so gratitude in my life has
Mm.
changed me. The other things, I think there's a difference between gratitude and appreciation.
Mm.
Just like there's a different level of practice between just being happy and joy. Like in happiness, you are happy when something happens to you, so it's kind of conditional.
Mm.
But joy is kind of like this underlying level of happiness that nothing can
Okay.
remove, right? So it's kind of unconditional, so it's a high level mental state. Gratitude, I think, is similarly. In gratitude, you just appreciate things and people for what they do to you,
Mm.
for you and to you. But in appreciation, there is a deeper understanding of causal
Mm.
and uniqueness. So, for example, I could be grateful to this event that we're having, but I can really appreciate that you all made the effort and the commitment
Mm.
to do this. So that's one level of appreciation. Another level I could appreciate, to your over sense of kindness and your stability. That's something I see not necessarily unique about you, but it's very strong inside you, right?
Mm.
And for Wendy, I really appreciate like your commitment to knowledge and to make your life possible and positive, because that's not easy for someone like you. So in the case of the employee,
Mm.
I think that the gratitude is just having them there, having a good intention, or having their whatever the contribution, the positive contribution is to the project. The appreciation is seeing their uniqueness, how they maybe someone's always happy, maybe someone's always the understanding person. In fact, being grateful and being appreciate their unique opportunity, it helps them to be more confident, and so that when you give negative feedback, as you need to, a performance feedback, they're more likely to take it from a place that you really care about them, you understand them, and actually goes better. So it's not avoiding negative feedback when it's needed, but create a foundation of trust so that when it comes through, it's received with the understanding that you do what's the best for them. That's why I think. And then in terms of doing a journal, yeah, it's hard to do all these wonderful practices. So my commitment is just to meditate, which is to me is butt on cushion and breathe,
Breathe.
and I do a couple of Buddhist chants. That's my minimal practice. And then if gratitude surfaces like this discussion, then I might just do it for 7 days because that's all I have, residual energy for.
Mm.
So that's I really enjoyed this discussion. So thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, Wendy, you want to go next?
Well, what caught my eyes, just what this does for us, but being grateful does for us, just not just mentally, but physically.
Yeah.
Less not as inclined to get sick.
Mm.
Maybe that's why I'm never sick really. And
Mm.
try to stay, and I really need to stay as positive as I can because I've been through so much over the years, starting when I was a baby. I almost didn't make it. You know, just
Yeah.
the fact that I've made it this far is a big deal. So, be grateful. Things get to me at times, but I have to take a step back and say, listen, you're alive. You might not
Yeah.
have been, except for very good doctors. That's what it took to get me through my first year. So I have to be grateful to them. Grateful
Yeah.
to them. Appreciate that it took hard work on their part to help me get to this point in my life, and my parents too. I can't forget them. But that's it.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I really hold that for you. Do we want to do commitments too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
want
for
to?
me, yeah, this week I'm not keeping with my exercise. So again, I have this number one goal of going to gym. Um, then cricket as usual. So we are playing cricket every week on Saturday. So I'm going to continue that. I have a lot of some books which I want to read. Some related to our big data. So I'm going to start reading whatever I have, like I'll do, and I'm not putting some time into it. Then this week, uh, mostly some cleaning up on the houses. So we have this some work that is needed in some pending work that is needed for the house. So I'm going to do that as well. Because once I postpone, it will be in September and all, and then it gets chilly and rainy, and so it won't happen till next year. So
Mhm.
something I plan to do it this week little bit, and then probably finish it off this month. So that's what I have on my mind. What about next, Wendy?
Well, I don't think we're having yoga this week because the person that usually puts the tape on is going to be away this week. So that's out. Um, the doctor wants me to measure my pulse rate twice a day, so I've started doing that. I started doing that today. I actually forgot to do it Thursday and Friday, so I'm starting it today, this morning. So I'm doing that and keeping up with my exercise, and, and that's it. I might be going for blood work this week. I don't know. And the other thing is there was something. Oh, my medical insurance. Those people might be coming to see me this week. I'm not sure, but that's it. And I have to, I'm also look. I need to work on getting my lease renewed. I got the first notice this week to start start the process of getting my lease renewed. So that's it.
Okay. Okay. So I need to write up my micro mentor peer experiment results and recommendations. I started it, but I think I need to go a little bit more deeper in terms of what the recommendations are. I'm going to print the journals for the science of well-being and include that at least for the next few weeks. And I'm going to continue to cultivate relationships. Oh, and the week of like 16 or 17, I'm going to try to join from Canada I'm
Oh,
going to visit my sister. I think 16th is a Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 17, 18, 19. Like the 19th,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do it from Canada. But if for some reason I don't show up, you know why.
oh, yeah.
I think it would be the 18th actually, because today's the 4th.
Okay, 18th. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I might not show up. Okay.
All right.
But what do you guys want to do? Do you want to move away from the science of well-being? There's actually, I think it's a great class. Even if Wendy doesn't take it, we could just do some of the readings from there. There is readings.
All right.
We could pick something else. So it's up to you guys.
All right. Do the readings.
Do the readings?
Sure.
Okay, great. So we'll find I'll send you guys, but we'll find a reading from week 3 then.
All right.
How's that?
All right.
Find some readings from
Sure.
week 3.
All right.
Okay, because I actually think it's a great class. So
All right.
fantastic.
You're taking
Okay.
up the Yale University, right? It's still starting from 13th August.
Oh, yeah, but you know, I was able to join and they were.
Yeah, I went to the week 1 3. Okay, that's okay. Then we can.
So do you want to start with week 1 next week? That's okay. Would you prefer that?
Yeah. I mean, we can go and do it like. I don't. If you do it, then if we have to read it twice, it would be. We can. I mean, I don't want to repeat something if you want to do it, or how should we do it or not. Like, for example, which readings, if we can figure it out, then I can skip those reading if I'm doing that class.
Oh,
That way. Otherwise, I'll read it again and then we can again.
right.
It depends.
Well, I don't care what readings we do. So do you want to send, either of you could send recommendations.
Okay.
And if you want to send some recommendations, and Wendy, before that, then you, how's that?
All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, so to whatever you don't want to read by yourself, you recommend it to us.
Yeah.
We'll read it together.
All right. Do that.
Sounds good.
Okay, and Wendy, you're going to have to send it out before the week ahead, because otherwise the two won't be able to skip it until we read together.
All right.
So you have to, like, this week, like today or tomorrow, you have to send what you want to read for week 1 to us. Right, Atu? Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So next week we'll get some readings from both of you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a really nice class. I mean, there's a lot of different streams of thinking that she's integrated, you know.
Yeah, is a psychology professor one, right? The Yale University psychology. So the Nudge article it had.
The what?
There was an article on nudge, right? Like
nudging, nudge,
Okay.
So if Wendy, you need to be a jump on Atu, so he doesn't read it the week, so you have to be ahead of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Otherwise, you can just pick something the following week.
Yeah.
Okay.
That will work, right?
Because we will figure it out. Yeah.
We'll figure out. Okay, guys.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Great week.
Yes.
See you.
See you.